it's better with this on.
And it's live. Oh my God. Welcome to Fucked Up Friday, everybody. I'm Lawrence Winterman.
I am Dana Dubois, and that is my best friend.
That's my best friend. And then there's this dude in the middle. Who the fuck is that?
Oh
I don't
my
know.
God. I am like in between a romance here. Stop.
That's right. A 47
Ew.
year, like, bromance kind of thing, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, I don't know if Lawrence ever warned you, but Lord, we've known each other 47 years, Lawrence
I
and I.
did
So
not know that.
we go
When
way back.
give me my favorite question always is give me the exact physical location when you two first set eyes on each other. Go.
Mm.
Mrs.
Remember?
Flynn's portable in fourth grade?
Yeah. It would have been Mrs. Flynn's portable in fourth grade.
Oh
Yeah,
Nope.
although, like, I think the moment we bonded as friends was Mrs. Dandrad's 10th grade class, where I sat right behind Dana. And, Joe, you'll appreciate this. We didn't quite know that this guy right here was gay.
yeah.
And so we made a vow as 10th graders that if we hadn't met our soulmates in 10 years, we would get married.
Oh my God.
And
That
Yeah.
is so cool.
Yeah, and then we jinxed ourselves because 10 years later we were both in Seattle and realized we couldn't date to save our lives. We think we like
True story.
accidentally karmically got married.
And then we karmically got divorced.
We did.
Lawrence had
We
a
we
whole
got a karmic
ceremony.
divorce.
Hey, but you really, all in all seriousness, you two have been bosom buddies ever since.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I
Wow.
mean, we've lived in similar places most of our lives, and our lives follow eerily similar courses in many ways. So yeah,
And now that
it's
we're not living in the same city, we do this so that we can be in touch.
Wow.
right. The whole point of this show was literally just so that we could hang out with each other every day. So
Not living in
welcome,
the same.
welcome into our friendship, Joe.
I'm honored. I'm honored to be squeezed in between your friendship slash romance.
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
We are honored that you are here. Thank you
this
so much.
and this really is a thrill. I know you and Lawrence have worked together a lot and talked, but we have never spoken, Joe. But I feel like I know you because I've seen you on so many lives. I have a parasocial relationship with you, and I have so much feedback today, you guys. I'm not sure why, and I'm sorry. The iPhone decided was today was the day to be weird. Um, but
It's fine.
I don't even think there's anyone in the audience who doesn't know you, but guitarist for the Eagles. This is such a thrill, Joe.
He's never heard that before.
I know, but I had to do it. Life's been good to me so far. I'm sure you,
Dana, that Eagles reference,
yeah.
that's what made me famous. Because without when I first got elected to Congress in 2010, I won by 292 votes, and I swear to fucking God that 700 people thought they were voting for the other Joe Walsh. Swear to God.
That's
So
my favorite. Okay, so that's my favorite news story of the week. I'm
I
Yeah.
always
just,
wanted to meet him.
have you never met?
No, we went at each other in the old Joe Walsh, the angry Tea Party Joe Walsh, me.
Right.
The other Joe Walsh didn't like that Joe Walsh, so he and I would go at each other, but we've never formally met.
I
Yeah.
feel like we need to make that happen, Joe. Like we need to sponsor like a daily whatever show, Joe Walsh versus Joe Walsh.
Oh my God, we should, Lawrence.
Oh
He
my
should
God.
sit down with me.
You know me, I will reach out to anyone and ask. So if I can find, I
Right.
probably know someone in Eagles management somewhere from my music background. We should make this happen.
Yeah, here's the thing, Joe. You don't know this about Dana yet, but if anyone can make this happen, it's her.
Dana, I believe it. That would be really great TV.
That would be a great show. That would
It
be
would be really
amazing.
niche. It would be like niche TV, but for all of us who are into this, it would be the greatest experience of our lives.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
buy tickets. Like some people want to see like men beat each other up in rings. I
He's
want
older
to,
than me, and he's lived a full life.
yeah, life's been
But
good to him so far. I'm just going
life's
to keep
been
making
good.
that cut.
He's still going strong though. I loved his music. I was a big Eagles guy. Did you guys like the Eagles?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I like we grew up in the 70s and 80s, right? Like, how could you not like the Eagles? It was it was a staple of radio.
Yeah. I
My biggest would have been Tom Petty. Tom Petty,
um,
I had a musical crush on. I still do to this day. Oh my
still
Yeah,
God,
do.
Dana.
Always. Mm.
I lived in Beatty Towers at the University of Florida, in the
Wow.
tower that the All American girl threw herself off of. So
Wow.
You know, Lawrence, I just told this story because I karaoke that song on the 4th of July. Sorry, small tangent. So the song American Girl by Tom Petty and
yeah,
Heartbreakers. I have my whole life been told, because Lawrence and I both went to University of Florida, that the story is about the girl who jumped off the 12th floor of Beatty
Yeah.
Towers, the tallest tower, onto 441, like the waves crashing on the beach. The road right below is 441. It's a highway. And I looked it up, Lawrence, and I think it was Snopes said it was not true, that
no,
he's denied it. And I'm like, there's no way it's not true. It's too specific to
Right.
that story. And they're from Gainesville, Florida.
Right.
So I'm going to ignore Snopes and say it's true.
Ignore Snopes. He was, I don't know about you two. We're at that age now where our musical heroes and our actors and actresses that we grew up with are starting to pass away.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tom Petty's death really impacted me. Like, that shook me.
Yeah. He was so young.
He was young, 66.
yeah.
Yeah. I
He beat
remember.
himself up, Dana. He beat himself up.
Yeah.
It's
Just
a
like,
shame.
you mean like he just didn't take care of himself? What do you mean?
He kept touring and he had bad hips, so he would take medication for his
Yeah.
hips, and he combined that with some other pain reliever stuff. He so wanted to get out there, always get out there and rock, and he just beat himself up. It's a shame. His heart gave out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
knew he had a heart attack, but that sounds a lot like Prince with his hip injuries from all of the
And Dana, didn't they like die right around the same time? They both
pretty
did?
close. Pretty
Yeah.
close. Yeah, we
Prince
lost a whole
was
bunch.
just a legend.
I know. I'm gonna look that up because I do think it was close.
I think it was close. It was like bang bang. Those are
27. It was October 1st, 2017 for Petty,
Yeah.
and April 21st, 2016. So a year apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
And George
Two big
Michael was
names.
right in there. Like, oh my
Those
audio.
two and David Bowie. When David Bowie died, it hit me.
Bowie was, yeah, an absolute heartbreak.
That
Right,
was
Lauren?
2016 as well. My theory is that's what set us off on the wrong, or all living in the wrong timeline. It's all happened since Bowie died.
Well, right, 2016. Think about
Yeah, exactly.
fuck.
Joe, what were you doing in 2016, man?
The three of us in 2016 would not have been chatting. We would not have been loving each other, Dana.
No.
I voted for Trump. I was the angry right-wing Tea Party talk radio guy on Fox News all the time, yelling and screaming. No.
Oh my gosh. So you asked when Lawrence and I first looked at each other across the 4th grade classroom, like, what was your epiphany moment of like, I got to get the fuck out of here and make a change in my life? I've always been curious about that.
Dana, it's the question I've most been asked.
Yeah.
And every time I'm asked, I pause and I think, because I want to give the most honest answer always. And it was like, my problem was I didn't take Trump seriously in 2016.
Mm.
I've told Lawrence this before, like, his voters were my voters.
Right.
His voters were the people who listened to my talk radio show. And I knew why they were so pissed off. And I was pissed off. I wanted to fucking burn Washington down. I wanted change. I'm sick of both parties. Drain the swamp, all of that. Except I actually believed it. So I never took him seriously. I understood what got him elected. And I was a part of that. But then when he got elected that first time, and I'm on the radio around the country every day, and I'm on Fox News every day, I have to start paying attention to him. And I started to pay attention to him, every day.
I'm
And
sorry.
I remember thinking a month into his presidency, there's no fucking way I can keep supporting this.
Mm.
This guy is evil. In fact, this guy stands against all the shit I thought I stood for.
Right.
Dana, I was the poorest member of Congress when I got elected.
Mm.
535 members. I was the poorest. So I've never like made a lot of money. When I got out of Congress and I was doing all the right-wing media stuff for the first time in my life, I was making a shitload of money. And I remember coming home about 2 months after Trump first got elected. I sat after my radio show. I sat down at dinner with my lovely bride Helene, and I
Oh,
looked at her and I said, sweetie pie, we're gonna lose all of this soon." And I told her that the time was going to come where I was going to have to publicly stand up against him. And I knew, Dana, the moment I did that, that I was done.
that was, yeah.
And it was a combination of, Lawrence knows I was a divisive son of a bitch in my earlier days. And then I looked at Trump every day and I thought, oh my God, do I sound like that? Am I that cruel? Am I that mean spirited? So
Mm.
his election kind of woke me up.
Yeah.
And got me to understand.
Woke you up.
Well, and
And
you know what's funny, Dana? Lawrence has heard me say this. I'm a proud fucking woke conservative. I
Yeah.
love the term woke. I
I do
woke up.
too.
I woke up.
Right. It really is like that, right? That you kind of get duped into a dreamlike state of believing a certain set of things, and
Yeah.
it is like waking up from a dream and realizing what reality actually is. So, one of the things
Lawrence,
I appreciate
yeah.
about you, Joe, is that you have apologized numerous times for being the guy who was divisive and kind of setting the country, your small part in creating that culture of divisiveness. So I just want to acknowledge here in front of everyone, in case people don't know you and haven't had a chance to listen to you and interact with you, Joe's one of the good guys who recognizes his role and what he did, has apologized, and now works tirelessly day and night. I can vouch. I've seen him on other shows and in other areas, working endlessly to kind of fix the things that are wrong with the country. So
But I
kudos
have
to
to
you,
go,
Joe.
Lawrence and Dana, like, I know I have to go to my grave knowing that I helped put him in office.
Yeah.
Mm.
I have to live with that. And I'll always Lawrence is right. I've been apologizing for 8 years now.
Right.
But I'll always get good, decent folk on the left who will still say, fuck you, Joe. I want nothing to do with you. I understand that. But it's just, so what? I need to just plow ahead and make amends for what I did, and I won't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Joe, I remember being so hungry to find Republicans like you, of like,
There aren't
why
many.
are sensible, like common sense classical conservatives backing this guy? Where is the movement to fight this? So welcome. I'm glad you're here. I mean,
I don't know, Dana. Like, I joined the Democratic Party a year ago.
oh,
It's probably just temporary.
Hmm.
I
Maybe for all
don't
of
really
us.
feel at home.
yeah.
But anything to help kick the Democrats' ass so they can beat what my former party has become.
Yeah.
Agreed. We are so aligned there. I would love to hear. I'm curious what you would like to see the Democrats do and where you would like them to grow, because I think there's so many in factions right now fighting.
I,
What's your
Joe, I'm not going to
perspective?
answer for you, but can I just throw out there? It would be really
Dude,
nice if right now the Democrats had any cash on hand. Apparently, they have negative $2 million cash on hand, and the
Really?
Republicans have like $170 million cash on hand. Like, how did we fucking end up in that shithole?
I,
we forget because, like, Trump's approval number is in the toilet, and most Americans are sick of Trump. And my former party is a full-on fascist political party, but most Americans hate the Democratic Party too. The
Yeah,
Democratic Party brand is toxic.
toxic.
I mean, toxic.
Yeah.
So Dana, how do you fix that? Look,
I don't know.
I was part of the Tea Party. I'm going to write a book about the Tea Party because I still, in my heart and soul, I'm Tea Party. But the Tea Party was an anti-establishment movement.
Sure.
We may disagree on the things it stood for, and I've learned a lot since. But it was an anti-establishment movement. The Democrats are finally having their anti-establishment moment. I think it's great. Good, good, good. But all of that energy is on the left, progressives, and then some of these democratic socialists. And that's fine in certain places. But the National Democratic Party brand is so toxic. Like in my right-wing bastard days, if one Democrat, Dana, said, we're not going to sing any Christmas carols at Christmas, any religious songs at Christmas,
Sure.
then I would have gone on my show and I'd have gone on Fox News that night and I'd have said the whole Democratic Party is against Jesus.
Right.
And it works. That kind of bullshit works.
Yeah, thanks for that, Joe.
It works because the Democrats, Lawrence knows, don't fight back. Trump spent like $1 gazillion on transgender bullshit against Kamala Harris. But like the Kamala Harris campaign didn't even respond.
Right.
So they got to fight back against this culture war bullshit. I think that's number one.
I think you're so right about that, Lawrence. One of the reasons we come on this show and that we bring so many cultural versus political guests on is that the culture is what moves politics forward. And that we're both older siblings, and ignoring that campaign, I get it. They're like, we're not even going to dignify this with a response. But that strategy is clearly no longer working.
Hey, Dana, in my Republican days, I would sit in private meetings with my fellow Republicans.
Yeah.
And we would talk about how we're going to bring up God or guns or gays or transgenders. And we always knew when we brought this shit up, the Democrats would never fight back. The Democrats, there's some kind of elite snobbery about Democrats, like they don't want to get their hands dirty in this culture war shit.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
And I think most Americans are with them on God, guns, and gays and all the rest.
Yep. Yep.
And we need to start paying influencers to move the culture forward too. Sorry. Because the Republican side of the House is doing that in droves.
Now they're yelling communist, communist. I want Democrats to fight back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The perfect example for me was, this is going back a little bit further, but 2004 when Kerry was the nominee, right?
Yeah.
And the Swift Boat Veterans for Truth were making fun of his Purple Heart. I wanted him to just buy a national ad, like a 2-minute ad, and just get on TV and like take his fucking shirt off and be like, here are the goddamn scars. Like, you want to make fun of me for getting wounded in battle? Here are the literal fucking scars, you sons of bitches. Like, if he had done anything,
who wouldn't have voted for that guy?
Honestly, like, if he'd done anything that ballsy, called them on their bullshit and been like, here are the literal scars on my body,
Lawrence, if he'd have done that, I'd have ended my relationship with women. I would have been a John Kerry guy. I would have married John Kerry.
That would have been hot. I'm with you. But I'm going to do a controversial thing, and I'm going to rejoin StreamYard, Lawrence, from my laptop.
Okay.
Because it's so... Oh, wait, did it stop? No, it's really feedbacky.
Okay.
So you two discuss amongst yourselves, and I'll be right back.
Yeah. But Lawrence, you're so right. If he'd have done something like that, he'd have become president because he didn't lose by a lot.
Right. He didn't lose by a lot, and he needed to do something that proved that he knew how to take on the fight and take one on the chin and punch back.
So tell me, mister, what is it about that the Democratic Party and people on that side of the center line that they don't fight like Republicans do?
No, I think you nailed it. It's elitism, right? Like it is an intellectualism that says fighting is dirty, like the instinct to punch is bad. We are all trying to evolve beyond the messy street fight piece of whatever equation, and that's just not the truth of American politics. The truth of American politics is that I'm trying to add Dana back.
Okay.
The truth of American politics is, as you well know, you got to fight dirty. You got to punch. You got to take a punch, and you have to be seen throwing the fucking punch, right? You have to be seen with your fist hitting the person in the face, proverbially speaking.
And Dana Lawrence, there's a perfect example in front of us. If I were king of the forest, if I were Lawrence, if I were the Democratic governor of Kentucky,
Yep.
and 46 days ago, Mitch McConnell fucking disappeared. 4 days after he disappeared, I would have gotten on TV and I would have said, hey, Mitch, you got 24 hours to let me see you, Mitch, or I'm appointing your replacement.
Exactly.
Like, I had done that 4 days into his sojourn. Yeah. Andy Beshear comes out yesterday and writes a letter that he's concerned and shit.
Yeah.
Andy Beshear was given a fucking gift to fight back, and he hasn't used it.
100%, Joe. He was given a package gift. Not only that, it would have set him up to run for president so well because
Bingo.
He literally could have told the truth live on camera and said, it is not actually in the best interest of the Democrats that I make sure that this seat is filled. It would actually help my party more, except that I am the governor of Kentucky and the people of this state deserve full representation.
Yes.
And so I am demanding that Mitch McConnell prove that he's able to do the job. And the moment he proves that he can't, like you said, he has 24 hours to do it. And as soon as that minute is up, I am appointing somebody to this seat, and we can take it to the fucking Supreme Court of Kentucky.
Bingo, Lawrence, bingo. Because Andy Beshear doesn't have the power to appoint someone, but fuck it. Create a constitutional crisis.
Exactly. Create a constitutional crisis that goes all the way to the Supreme Court of Kentucky and let them drag you to the Supreme Court of Kentucky saying, I am doing this for the people of Kentucky who deserve to be represented in the Senate.
Because I'm just curious, Dana and Lawrence, if hypothetically, if Mitch McConnell were a Republican governor of Kentucky, what the fuck would he have done?
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not even a question what he would have
No
done.
question. I mean, like we've all made the joke, right? Mitch McConnell doing this in his final days is the most Mitch McConnell way that he could possibly go out.
Yeah. I'm 100% with you. I like Andy Beshear, but boy, would this have set him up like this kind of, it's almost like we Democrats are too scared to move in an era where the other side is moving like 90 miles an hour past us on the highway,
right,
and like blowing dust in our faces and laughing about it. Like, you're not wrong in what you're saying, Lawrence, because it's true. The people of Kentucky do deserve to be represented. Like,
right.
This guy is not, like, if he's even still alive.
Right.
Because we don't believe those photos, right? Those are Photoshops.
A moment to show that you are bipartisan, that you are standing up for your constituents, even when it's not the best thing for you. My God, people would have eaten that up with a spoon.
I think that's so profound that I think Andy Beshear's ruined his shot to run for president.
I do too, honestly. Like I think that Dana's been focusing on the word discernment a lot, right? And I think we're in an era where we are watching discernment happen or not in real time.
Yes.
And this is a perfect, buddy, if you can't handle this situation, which is small potatoes when it comes to the actual running of this nation and being the leader of the free world, if you can't handle the quick on your feet decision making of this, then you're not ready to be president. You're just not. And if you can't run through that moral calculus of the people of my state deserve to be represented, even if they are Republicans, even if it's a Republican who fills that seat, then you're not ready for the job.
Yeah. I
love that, Lawrence.
Dana, I'm not a Democrat because of policy. Clearly, I'm not when it comes to policy. I'm not where most Democrats are. But I just want Democrats to fight. I want Democrats to understand what the threat is that my former party is, to recognize it and meet this moment. And generally they haven't.
No, they have not. Yeah, I am with you of like, I'm almost less fussed with the policy of the candidate as long as there's some basic truths in place. And I have audio problems here too. What's going on?
I gotta tell you though, Danny, you sound fine.
I hear a really, really bad feedback coming back at me. But as I was saying, I'm more concerned with their ability to fight, their temperament,
Yeah.
um, and that I can trust them to go in and be like, nope, because this whole reading a sternly worded letter thing is not cutting it.
Bashir missed a giant opportunity, and I think you're right, Joe. I think he kind of proved that he maybe doesn't have the mojo for the moment.
And I don't know, guys. I don't know who does. Like every time I go on CNN, I'm asked that question. There's not a name that jumps out at me now.
Right, right. I think we all know Shapiro was once had the buzz. I don't know that he could have the buzz for this moment. Ossoff, I think assuming that Ossoff actually wins in Georgia, I think he's got some buzz around him right now.
Mm.
Like
you can buzz me anytime, Lawrence.
Oh, Dana, take that elsewhere. Take that elsewhere.
I'm just kidding, sort of. No, I love Ossoff. I think he's great.
But to Lawrence's point, everybody loves the idea of this Ossoff all of a sudden. He's everybody's crush right now. People really don't know the first thing about him yet.
Well, right. We would assume that people of Georgia know something about him because they have looked at him up close at least once or twice so far, right? I can't remember the order in which they had to get elected. There was something weird about Warnock and Ossoff in that. I don't know. I don't know who has the buzz. For a while, Gavin Newsom seemed to, only because he was punching back. Right. No, we haven't seen a Democrat who can punch back and look like, honestly, God help me, we need fucking Ronald Reagan. We need the happy warrior. We need somebody who can punch back with a smile on their fucking face while they're doing it and explain to the people why they punched back and make it, not just make it look like they're doing the right thing, actually be caught doing the right thing,
So I think and hope and pray that person will come to the fore after this year. Our focus right now has got to be on taking back the House and the Senate.
Yes.
And then we start to talk about, who's going to, because the Democratic Party, has huge fucking problems.
Yeah.
And they'll win this year because of Trump, because Trump sucks.
Right.
But if they want to win in 28, they got to say, this is who the fuck we are, and this is what the fuck we're going to do.
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. Joe, I'm curious, we were talking about Fauci at the very beginning. I'd love to know what you think. So, Fauci called up in front of that hearing, basically pled the fifth 150 plus times because essentially it looked like he was being set up to accidentally perjure himself. And what do you think of that strategy? What do you think of this entire kind of chase after Fauci? What's your take?
Well, I have to lead with this. Rand Paul is a dick.
Rand Paul, speaking of Kentucky, Rand Paul is a dick.
And I knew Rand Paul well, and we got elected together. We were buddies, and like so many of my former buddies, he's now a former buddy. But this is like a personal thing with Rand Paul.
Yeah.
There's an elitism about Fauci that is easy for the right to go after.
Yeah.
But that's where it ends. This guy is a fucking public servant who's dedicated his life to saving lives.
Yeah.
Period. But they need, Lawrence, they need a boogeyman. 2 weeks ago, it was Trump revisiting the 2020 stolen election bullshit. This week, it's Fauci. They're not getting, their base is not motivated to vote, the Republicans. So here come communists and transgenders, and there's nobody better than Fauci because nobody angers the Republican Party base more than Fauci.
Yeah.
Really?
I wish, yeah. With Dana, which is, again, so fucking ironic because Fauci didn't shut the country down. Fauci couldn't order anybody to do anything, right?
Right.
His boss, Trump at the time. But Fauci's become the enemy of everybody who believes the government fucked us in COVID. And the government made some mistakes, but so what?
Joe, is it just because he has that kind of, I don't know, forgive me, lack of East Coast intellectual kind of, I was going to say Jewish. I don't know that Fauci's not Jewish, but I
No.
think that there's like
No,
an
but he
East
has that
Coast
vibe.
intellectual Jewish vibe that he gives off. That is basically people listen. Like I remember listening to him kind of talk about the science of like, hey, we don't know the R value. The R value is this. Oh, hey, you know what? We figured out the R value went up, so we're actually changing our protocol. We didn't know that it was airborne. Now we have confirmed that it's airborne, so we're changing protocol. And people saw all of that as flip flopping, right? They saw it all as, you know, changing the rule, making the rules up as you went along, because most people don't understand science.
And most people didn't understand that we were living with a once in a lifetime health pandemic crisis we'd never been in before. We
Right,
were learning as we went. Our
right.
experts and scientists were learning as they went. But a lot of this, Lawrence, you nailed it, goes to the Democratic Party's problem.
Yeah,
Like, like I won't run for president as a Democrat because I couldn't win a nomination. But I want a fucking Democrat to fucking talk like me. I want a man or a woman to talk like a regular fucking dude or a regular fucking
Yeah.
gal. And so many Democrats, Lawrence, present as Fauci, rightly, smart and kind of above it. And that's great. We need experts. We need authorities. But he comes across as one, and too many Democrats come across as that. I
right,
want a smart person, but I want a smart fucking person who can sit down at a bar with the three of us and really say what they feel.
right.
Yeah.
Well, to get Dana's vote, they'd need to karaoke the shit out of
And
a
they
song.
better
Of an
be able to
Eagles song.
karaoke, Dana.
Right. And they better sing it. They don't have to sing an Eagles song.
But it's
So
a
if they were
shame
going to
Fauci
Heartache
couldn't
tonight, maybe.
talk. It's
Yeah.
a shame, Dana and Lawrence, that he did take the fifth. He had to. Because,
Right.
boy, there was stuff he wanted to get off his chest.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm not sure that people understood that strategy, right? That was why he was doing
Right.
it, and the right wing has kind of nailed him to the proverbial
Yes.
cross for doing it.
Yes.
Forgetting that Trump himself, under deposition, once took the fifth 450 times.
Right. It's always that same thing of like when the Democrats are doing it, it's anathema. It's gonna be all over every news cycle. But when Republicans do it, it's like, who cares?
Yeah,
I'm glad you were talking about this now because this was nearly my Effed-up Friday story because I believe in science. I remember vividly, as I know you two do, how scary those early days of COVID were, where
yeah,
people were dying in these very grotesque, like horrific ways. We didn't know why. And I think about all of the healthcare workers who many sacrificed their lives in the fight against COVID. I remember the portable morgues pulling up to emergency rooms
sure.
Yeah.
so they could stockpile the bodies. And I remember how Trump politicized this and made it so that somehow a pandemic had a political bias. And if you
Yep.
believed that COVID was real, you couldn't be conservative. And the fact that that's now the power in charge, and they're going after 85-year-old Fauci for doing, I don't even know what, his job. It's so insulting to the people we lost more than 1 million Americans to
Yeah,
COVID.
1.2. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can hear the echo like they all had pre-existing conditions. First of all, they didn't. And second of all, who cares if they did?
right.
They were still lives that were lost. And there's still so many people living with the long-term effects of COVID who aren't believed.
Yeah.
So yes, I hear you, and I want my politicians to be able to appeal to across the masses, but I want my scientists to know science. And that he's being punished for it now it's so egregious that like I don't even know what to do with how angry it makes me.
Yeah.
Dana, what always makes me angry and sad is like I'm generally pretty libertarian. Like, just let me live my life. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. Government stay
Yeah.
out. I generally don't like the government telling me to do anything. But like, this was a once in a lifetime health pandemic. We're all in this together.
Right.
Don't fucking cry and bitch about having to wear a mask. Think about your
Yes.
fellow man. And
Yeah.
my side, my conservative side, who doesn't want government mandating this or that, they couldn't even suck it up and say we're all in this together. Let's do
I know.
this for each other. They wouldn't even do that.
They wouldn't even do that. And it's now people who are immune compromised who wear masks, like it's illegal in some areas. They're not allowed to wear masks because
Yeah.
people
Right.
got their
Unless they're
panties
nice.
in such a political wad about it. And
Unless you're arresting immigrants in ICE, then you can wear all the masks you want.
yeah.
We should jump into Fucked Up Friday, you guys, because we are at no surprise, three talkers get on the show and end up talking.
Lawrence, you want to explain the rules since I have such bad feedback today?
Joe and anyone who's here for the first time, we are playing our favorite game show, Fucked Up Friday, where each of us, Joe and Dana and myself, has come into this picking one story that we think is the most fucked up news story of the week. And it is our job to sell it to you, the audience, that this is indeed the most fucked up news story of the week.
Lawrence,
So we are going to make our pitches, and then the audience is going to chat, is going to vote. The chat is going to tell us who they think wins, and then whoever wins is basically given the ignominious title of winning Fucked Up Friday with the most fucked up news story of the week, the game show that everybody loses, because this is how we are keeping track of how far our country has fallen.
Okay, I just one point of clarification, you two maniacs. When you say the most fucked up story, meaning it's a fucked up story or it's a fucked up like issue that a story was written about?
Yes.
Or,
yes, all of the above.
All of the above.
Oh my God, this is so fun. Okay.
Yeah, come on, Joe. I know you can win this, man. I've got faith in you.
All right, what's the order,
Joe?
So you get to pick as the guest. We used to let people go first, and then we thought, oh, maybe there's recency bias, and you should go last. Now we just let you pick.
No.
You decide.
You two, screw you both. I'm coming at you. I'm going to go first.
Ooh.
All right, bring it.
I'm scared.
I want to have fun, but I can't have fun with this story. My fucked up story is what's been a fucked up story for a long time. This week now, TPS, temporary protected services, temporary protected status goes into effect. And this week, the beginning of some 350,000 Haitian immigrants in this country are being forced to leave. And it is outrageous. These are people who've been in this country for years. To send them back to Haiti is to send them back to a fucking death sentence. And we are already, Lawrence and Dana, hearing stories of 80, 85, 90-year-old mothers and dads and grandmothers and grandmoms who are losing their health care giver because immigrants, especially Haitians, make up 1/3 of all the good people in this country who look after our moms and dads and grandmoms and granddads. And those people
my God.
This is going to devastate the quality of care our senior citizens get in this country. It's mean, it's cruel, it's wrong, it's just sad.
I have to admit, Joe, I don't know this story. So this is why we have this show.
Oh my God.
Because the whole strategy of Trump et al. Is like flood the zone.
Yeah.
And you can't keep up with all of it. And also we just week over week wanted to witness the devolution of where our democracy has gone. So can you give a little background of, do you call it TPS? So
TPS is temporary protected status.
Okay.
It's where anybody can come to America temporarily if the situation in their home country is so dire, their life is being threatened. So these are people who want to come here to claim asylum. We give them protective status. And we call it temporary, but it's really more than temporary because it can stay as long as their home country is an utter nightmare. So right now we have about 1.3 million immigrants in this country who've been here on temporary protected status. They've been here for years, all doing great work, primarily in the healthcare field, taking care of our parents and our friends. 350,000 of them are Haitian immigrants.
Oh my God. Is it only Haitian immigrants? Or
they
is
are
it
all over our healthcome system.
Yeah.
And so to force them out is going to leave an unbelievable number of absences in our home, especially our home healthcare system. And it's going to be devastating to so many Americans, just because Donald Trump wants brown and black people out of this country.
Yeah, I just want to point out I'm helping you out here, Joe. I'm reminding people that when Trump did his whole "they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats" in Springfield, Ohio, that was against the Haitian community there. And the mayor of the town literally came out and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" I can vouch personally that this community is religious. They are family oriented. They are hardworking. They show up for work. They participate in their community. They are the perfect citizens and neighbors, and we are attacking them senselessly. This is insane. What are you doing?
The Republican governor of Ohio has been on his knees begging Trump not to do this because he knows how valuable these Haitian immigrants are.
Oh my God. Lawrence and I grew up in Florida. South Florida, and so always surrounded by Haitian immigrants. I mean, my father's healthcare facility, like as you're talking, Joe, his primary, we also pay for primary caregiving, and his two primary carers are Jamaican. I don't know if it will impact them, but yeah, they're all from that part of the world. They're all from the Caribbean islands.
They excel at that work.
My jaw is on the ground. I'm just picturing all of the residents in this facility. Who is going to take care of them? Americans aren't citizens are not taking on this kind of work.
All right, change the subject. Can we hear one of yours? Come on, you two.
All right, Dana, do you want to go next or should I?
I can go next. I'm still in my head.
Go.
Okay. This is not my topic, but I do have to just toss out a little like this about the fucking SAVE Act. Like, when will that fucking thing die?
Right.
I have changed my name.
I just want to point out.
Yeah.
I recall months ago we were talking, and Dana, I don't remember if it was you or someone else, said to me, we were making predictions about when the SAFE Act would die, and I was like, you guys, you don't understand. It's never going to die. He wants it too bad. He is convinced that his chances in the midterms are utterly dependent on it. It will never die.
Agreed.
Yes.
And here we are.
It's should be my fucked up Friday story, but it impacts me directly. I changed my name when I got married, like 80% of American women, but that's not my story today. I just didn't want the show to go by without a mention of it. I've used it as my story too many times. I've written about it for Blue Amp. The SAVE Act is like the horse that we can't beat to death. But my story is a little closer to home. And this is the news cycle. I almost forgot it was this week because it was Sunday. It was 6 days ago now. I live in Seattle, and there is an event that happens every year called the Bite of Seattle. It's
good.
It's wonderful. It's in Seattle Center, which is a giant park. You all probably know the Space Needle. That's the most iconic thing in Seattle. The Space Needle is in Seattle Center, as is Climate Pledge Arena, where the Kraken play and all the shows are. There's a magnificent fountain in the middle. All kinds of festivals happen there. Last year's Bite of Seattle, 281,000 people went through. It's an all-weekend event where all these food vendors come, and you just walk through and stuff your face with deliciousness in the beautiful Seattle sun. Very wholesome. All the kids come. This year on Sunday, there was a mass shooting at Seattle Center.
That's right.
On Sunday, and 3 people were killed. A bunch of people were shot, including a 2-year-old. When I say this is in my backyard, my daughter literally went to high school 2 steps away from this. Like, it's Seattle Center is like a cultural heart of my city, and this event is as family friendly and lovely as it comes, but only 3 people died. So it really isn't, I mean, it made the national news for a hot second. And I was reading about the folks who died, and one of them was a woman who is exactly my age. She was standing in line to get her daughter cotton candy when she was shot and killed. And I posted on Substack, as one does, in a note that this had happened. And I had some dude, because it's always some dude on the internet, who's like, I would like to have a rational conversation, because, a lot of good guys with guns, it's not really documented how many good guys with guns stop these kinds of mass shootings. And I told him to go fuck himself. And he was like, he did the thing that men do to women online and was like, well, clearly you're too emotional for a rational conversation. He used the word rational and he was rational. I was emotional. which is how it always comes back. And what I will say out loud, what I said to him was, the time to have a rational conversation about guns in the United States completely disappeared for me when we let an entire classroom of first graders get gunned down and killed and did fucking nothing around sensible gun laws. We did nothing to pull the guns away from you fetishizing 2A. I gotta have access to my guns in every way possible, people. So I'm not here to have a rational conversation with a random male stranger on the internet. I'm simply not. This literally happened yesterday, my dude, in my backyard,
Wow, Dana.
effectively. So I feel like the reason I'm making this my fucked up Friday story is it's close, it's very personal to me. And it's the fact that we're so desensitized to gun violence now that 3 dead is like it barely blips the news cycle. And it or the cultural cycle, right? We're not still talking about this. Even in Seattle, we're not still talking about it.
Yeah.
And that child's mom doesn't have a mom anymore because she was in line to get cotton candy. Like I'm gonna start crying again because that could have been me and my kid. My kids love cotton candy, even still as teenagers. So mic drop, like the fucking guns, you guys. I looked it up. I think it was the 262nd. I may have that number slightly off. Mass casualty in the US this year. It was July 26th. The day after my birthday was when it happened. So
Joe, I'm curious where you come down on gun stuff. I know I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just genuinely curious. I know you're more libertarian leaning and conservative than me and Dana. So, how do you think about it these days?
I've always been a huge gun rights guy, but Dana, you and I could sit down and have a rational conversation about guns. I generally am not a big supporter of banning this gun or that kind of gun. I think we need to do a way better job in this country of making sure bad people who shouldn't have guns don't get guns to begin with. It's like before a gun is bought, we do a shitty job in this country.
100%. We give them away.
The other thing I'll add, though, is not gun related, but fuck that guy who said you're a woman and you're emotional. The most emotional fucking person on the planet right now is a guy in the White House.
Right.
So don't give me that women emotional bullshit.
Yeah.
No. And you know what? Emotion isn't bad. There's a very rational reason. There's a very rational reason why I did not want to have a conversation with him.
Agreed. And
it wasn't
Lawrence,
a good
to answer your question, the three of us would probably, you two and I would disagree on virtually every gun reform, but we could have a really interesting, respectful conversation.
Do you think we would? I'm curious about that. I mean, I would like to live in a place where they're just everyday people didn't have guns. I don't live in a country like that. But to me, I'm like, it should just be hard to access one. It should be behind licensing. You should have to go through a lot of burden of proof to prove that you know how to use a firearm and that you are in a mentally clear place where you should have one. Like there should be restrictions on how many you can have. It should be like getting a driver's license, but harder. It's an immense privilege to have a machine that kills people.
I can see the gleam in Joe's eye that he disagrees.
I'm holding back.
Well, let's do that. Let me tell my fuck up Friday story. I would like to actually have this conversation with you, Joe, because I mean, I've got ideas. Like, I kind of fall in the camp of the Second Amendment is a real thing. We're not getting rid of it anytime soon. And so let's deal with sort of the structural things that we can do. Like, how about you have to have insurance if you want to have a gun, right? Like,
driving a car.
Right, like driving a car. And you want to buy more ammo, you got to show your insurance card.
How about you have to go through some training if you want to own
a ton of training.
Right.
That's what licensing does.
Yeah, like you've got to have training. You should have a license. If I need a license for a car, I can have a license for a gun.
I think Lawrence nailed it, Dana. When some people on the left say we got to ban guns or screw the Second Amendment, that shuts down conversation. But like the three of us could sit down and think of 7 really good things we could do to make it harder to buy a gun and to make sure you know what you're doing when you do own a gun.
Yeah. Because I do think there's an argument to be made that we're letting the Second Amendment trump the things that we were promised in the Declaration of Independence, which is that we are all entitled to the inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That's my most favorite topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right, we're going to have you back and we're going to talk about that. But
I
here's my
would
fucked
actually
up
love
Friday
to.
story.
I would love to hash out this conversation because I'm also remembering that commenter dude said something like, "Well, but tyranny, like it's there so people can rise up against a tyrannical government. You just want the government to have guns." I'm like, I've been waiting for a year and how many months now for the men with the people with the guns to
The
rise
good
up
guys with the
against
guns
the
to rise up
tyranny.
against the tyrannical government. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really optimistic that that's going to happen. Lawrence, though, you need to tell your fucked up Friday story.
All right, here we go. Here we
sure
go.
It's going to be a good one.
FIFA boss Gianni Infantino ran this summer's World Cup out of a $600,000 a year office on the 17th floor of Trump Tower. Folks, it was a 39-day tournament. It's 15 grand a day straight into Trump's pocket. This is the same guy, Gianni Infantino, who invented the FIFA Peace Prize out of thin air and gave it to Trump. And wouldn't you know it, Trump's Justice Department then quietly dropped FIFA's corruption prosecutions. Cases have already been won on appeal. The prosecutors didn't even show up in court to explain why.
Yep.
So here's the extra fucked up piece.
Okay.
When the confetti had settled, Gianni Infantino unveiled a new scheme to sell the World Cup itself. He wanted to bundle the broadcast rights, the sponsorships, the tickets into a $20 billion private company. And guess who was going to lead the investors in this $20 billion new company? Thrive Capital, that's right. Joshua Kushner, Jared Kushner's little brother, had lined up to be the biggest piece buying a part of the biggest sporting event on earth. Gianni Infantino would install himself as commissioner, paying himself a generous $64 million a year, 10 times his current salary. But the beautiful thing about this story is this past week, the European Football Federation declared that the World Cup will never be for sale. All 55 European football clubs said that they would not participate in the World Cup ever again if this plan went forward.
Wow.
And then CONCACAF, which is the Americas, and U.S. Soccer also bolted. And then Jamie Raskin opened a congressional investigation into the whole thing. That's a happy
ending.
I mean, happy ending, but the fucked up thing is that it took the most corrupt organization on the planet, FIFA, to propose something so fucking corrupt with Trump and Kushner involved. That was the moment that people actually stood up and were like, no, that's too much corruption.
I'm a politician. I vote for Lawrence because it's a good news story, but I also vote for Dana because I've just fallen in love with Dana. So you two both.
Did you hear that? I'm gonna print a T-shirt.
Right? Hello.
I love. Thank you, Joe. I don't know. I want to let the audience decide, Joe, because I think you've got a real fighting chance here. I didn't know this story. You're the one you brought up, and now all I'm thinking of is my 81-year-old father with Alzheimer's who needs help for all of his activities of daily living. He cannot wash himself. He cannot dress himself. And the carers we have who have lovingly cared for him for years.
Yep. All right, so if you're voting for Joe, if you're voting for Joe's story that Haitian immigrants are being sent back to Haiti because their temporary protected status has been revoked, put Joe in the chat. If you're voting for Dana and her story about the mass shooting at the Seattle Center, put Dana in the chat. If you're voting for me and the unbelievable corruption that was too much even for FIFA, put Lawrence in the chat. We will tally the votes. PricewaterhouseCoopers is waiting in the wings.
Yes. This is a very formal process.
You've got a lot of votes. Joe out to a very early lead.
I'm a front runner. You guys will catch up.
No, your story, Joe, I'm going to go deep dive into this one today. And I'm horrified that I haven't even heard about it.
Right.
Because this is the
really big deal. Dana, a lot of people are going to wake up when they're gone and say, what happened to my mom's caregiver?
Right.
Not
right.
Yeah, like I know that our government won't be tracking such things, but
Tell me
right,
Dana's
how
catching
many
on.
elderly
Tell me
people
Dana's
are
catching up.
how many elderly people are going
No,
to
you're winning,
die
Joe.
because
Damn.
the ratios of care in these memory care facilities. Can I just tell you how poorly paid they are too? Because the minimum
Completely.
wage in Florida is, and it's in the armpit area of
Can
like
I
seven
ask the
something.
rules committee, if I win, can I turn down my victory and give it to someone else?
No.
Oh,
Where's the
fuck
rules
that, Joe.
committee?
What is this? Like, if elected, I will not serve. If
I need the
nominated, I will.
FIFA. I need FIFA.
Fuck
I
you,
need an
man.
organization.
You're like the Michelle Obama of Fucked Up Friday. I will not run.
I
Right.
will.
Oh, the honor of winning Fucked Up Friday isn't good enough for Fancy Pants Joe Walsh?
I'm a
Okay.
public person. I refuse to accept my award. I refuse.
This has never happened in the history. Though, oh my gosh, we're at time, Lawrence, and we haven't asked our question. And this
Oh,
is
shit. Okay,
Joe's.
quick.
We
Yeah,
we have to ask
go.
this question quick. Every
Go.
time someone is on the Daily Whatever show for their first time, we end on this question. It's hard hitting, Joe, and
Okay.
we ask it with the wish that you please return because we seriously want to have you on to talk about gun violence. That would be a brilliant show.
My answer is fuck yes, I'll return.
Okay.
Nice.
Fuck yes. So you're coming back. Here's my question, our question for you. Lawrence and I are members of Gen X, proud card carrying. You do not need to be to answer this question, but what is the most Gen X song of all time? What song evokes Gen X for you? No wrong answers.
Dana, I'm so bad at this. Only in that, no, what I'm bad at is I always confuse the years of my generations. So remind me exactly, Gen X
Sure.
is when to when?
Born 65 to 80.
Okay, right before, okay. Right
So
before,
coming of age into the 80s and 90s.
Well, to me, the most Gen X music is, I'll throw one at you.
Okay.
Journey.
The love of my
Nice.
adolescence.
Now,
Right?
Which
Journey.
song are you gonna go for? You gonna go for Don't Stop Believing?
Don't stop believing.
there you go.
Iconic, Joe.
We
Hold
all
on to
sat
that
in our
feeling.
bedrooms and listened to Journey, and we thought about that boy or that girl
Yeah.
when we were in 8th grade.
100%. And I thought I was gonna marry Steve Perry, even though he is my mom's age. But I had weird taste as a kid. What can I tell you? I was like that short, greasy guy with the big nose who's 20 years older than I am. I love him. Posters all over the wall. He did have a great voice.
Right.
He has a great
Guys,
voice.
this was super fun.
We are really grateful that you took the time to come hang with us, Joe. Please give our love to your beautiful wife, Helene. And where are you at the moment? You've been peripatetic lately. You're all over the place. Where are you these days?
I'm incognito. So, I've been traveling all summer. I wanted to get away from New York City and D.C., having conversations with regular Americans.
Yeah.
I'm currently outside of Chicago. I'm in the northern suburbs.
Okay, so kind of your home territory, right? You're a Chicagoland guy.
I'm a Chicago suburban brat. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I always wanted to go to Northwestern, so I went to visit Evanston.
Place.
I know it has evaded me twice. Undergrad, I got waitlisted, listed and didn't get in. Grad school, I got in, but not enough scholarship money, and Vanderbilt. So I went to Vanderbilt instead for grad school. But I still like Northwestern is the school that got away. I always wanted to go there.
Joe, thanks so much for being here, man. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thank you to everybody in the chat and your votes. Joe won Fucked Up Friday. Go tell the people.
Thanks, guys. Lawrence, love you. Dana, love you.
Love you, Joe. All right,
guys.
Thanks,
everybody.
Have a
love you, Mina.
wonderful weekend.
Bye. Mwah.
Mwah.